Hey guys, RedPandaMining here. Hope you're doing well, having a really great day. All right, this is like a state of Kaspa mining and just mainly what has happened over the past couple of days here. I'm going to show you guys my mining rewards for a couple of my Kaspa miners over the past couple of days. The yields were quite insane, and yeah, my solo mining journey though, I did not have great luck, and I'm still trying to find a block. I haven't found a block solo mining Kaspa over the past like couple days here, which really sucks. So anyways, we'll talk about that later. Then I also have a Bitmain KS5 Pro that's been mining by itself on Cryptex since August 25th, August 26th. So my yields, I just wanted to show you guys the difference here between before and then the past 2 days, ever since KRC-20 enabled. All right, so this is basically Kasplex. Kasplex is the layer 2 solution on Kaspa. And so this protocol basically has enabled people to create tokens on Kaspa. All right, and there's been, I don't know, I think the token creation was like in the thousands. There's like thousands of tokens that were created. And so people have been trying to mint, Nacho, which I think is the most popular, Cat, and a whole bunch of other ones you guys can see here. So that is why the transactions that were occurring during that time on September 15th, that's why Kaspa miners were able to benefit from that, because the transaction fees were incredible. All right. And I believe there was also an issue with Kaspa wallet where sometimes the fees would be put at like 1,000 or, some higher number. And people didn't know that, or the wallet was freezing. And so Kaspa wallet actually put out like, hey, stop using the wallet, stop minting, stop transferring, doing that stuff, because a lot of people were losing their Kaspa. And it was mainly, I think, going all towards the miners, which we were able to benefit quite a bit. So we were seeing, blocks upwards to, I think the biggest one I saw was 13,000 Kaspa. And I'm just on hero miners, but just overall, ever since it started, I think at 5 a.m. my time, Pacific time, basically is when we were seeing a couple thousand Kaspa per block during this time, which was just insane. All right. So yeah, a lot to go through in this video. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. So thank you to today's video sponsor, Crypto Miner Bros. If you guys are looking for any types of ASIC miners, go check them out. CryptoMinerBros.com. The prices you see are to your door, as well as if you're looking for a coupon code, use coupon code RedPanda for $70 off. All right, so link down below. All right, so first, let's just quickly talk about my miners. All right, so I have an address here. I've been mining and holding all the Kaspa on this address. So total paid so far since August 1st. Okay, I'm doing a long-term test on 3 KS5Ls and 2 KS5Ms, worth about, at the time of doing this test, was about $30,000. Okay, $30,000 combined for all of these miners since August 1st. So it is now September 16th as of recording, and we have mined almost 36,756 Kaspa. Okay, so that's currently worth 62,000. Have I hit the break even of $30,000 yet? No, I have not. So my plan is to mine and hold up until, I guess, future price appreciation of Kaspa, hopefully. So I'll let you guys know as we go along here. But looking at my payouts here, okay, how much I was mining, I guess, every 24 hours. So before KRC-20 started going online, I was getting about under 500 Kaspa a day on average. Then when KRC started going up in that day on the 15th, you guys can see here, I mined almost 1,700, almost 1,800 Kaspa that day with all of those Kaspa miners. So pretty insane. That's almost like a 4 to 5x there, 3 to 4x there. Okay, from 500 to 1,800 Kaspa. That's quite insane. Then the next day, all right, I had about 986 Kaspa mined that day. So the transaction fees were still relatively high, but obviously not as high as the day before. So you can see my yield here was pretty much, about half. And now I'm going to say this next day as I'm recording coming up, I think the block rewards are going to be, are already coming down as of recording. So yeah, so when it started on the 15th, right, you can see some of these blocks were, 3,000, 2,900, 1,000, 2,300, 1,700, but that started tapering down after about, I think about an hour. Okay, so if it started at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., it started going about around 1,000, 900, 1,400. It fluctuated a lot here. People were still trying to mint a lot of the tokens, right? So as we go along, though, as time went on during the day, it started going down and down and down when, those transactions were done, when people were done essentially minting the tokens that they want. Again, it was in the thousands. There's thousands of tokens made. But yeah, just going throughout the next day, let's just say the 16th, the next day, we can see that we were going down into here. You can see here around 87, 130, 200, sometimes 200 Kaspa per block. It ranged, right? But it was going down back to norm, I'd say now. Here we are on the 17th as of recording. You can see here, okay, so or near the tail end, starting almost on the 17th here. At the end of the day, we're at 91, 87, 87, 94. So a little bit more, but the initial block, right, for Kaspa now, which is 87.31 Kaspa block reward. The next reduction is going to happen on October 4th in about 2 weeks or so. It's going to go down to 82.41. So that's a 5.6% decrease, okay, which happens every month. As you all know, the emission schedule for Kaspa goes down every single month. But anyways, it seems like the KRC-20 event, the hype is kind of dying down here, but there is still some blocks that are, over the initial, 87 Kaspa per block. So there's still some transactions going out, and some miners are still able to benefit from that. People that are mining, even pool mining or solo mining, whichever you're doing, still able to benefit from that. So the transaction counts, right, during the 15th was over 8.8 million transactions, which is insane. Now, actually, what I really wanted to show here was the transactions per second, averaging around 103 transactions per second, which I think is a huge milestone for Kaspa. All right, that is huge. And, the next day was about 98, and I'm sure it's going to taper off. But there was really no issue with Kaspa's, the blockchain itself. It was an issue that people were having was with a third-party wallet. Okay, so I just wanted to make that clear for anyone that doesn't understand that. This is not to create FUD or anything, but I'm sure Kasware wallet was already, figuring out how to fix it and stuff, and people who were told to stop using it. Hopefully they stopped using it. But yeah, there were a lot of people who lost Kaspa during this time utilizing Kaspa wallet. It was a bug with this wallet, but not with Kaspa itself. Okay, the blockchain was totally fine and it was working as it should. And it was going super strong, super fast transactions per second, and it was really cool. So I think it says here medium transaction fee. Okay, if I go over the past, let's just say past week here, you can see average fee per transaction was 1.33 Kaspa. All right, and the next day was about 1 Kaspa. But before, right, if you guys were transferring Kaspa as normally the fee for Kaspa is like 0.0002, right? Super small. But then as KRC-20 came about, the fees were quite high. And so the transaction fees obviously went to the miners, right? But yeah, I was able to see a very high number here, higher yield the past couple of days. I'm sure you guys have seen that as well for those that are Kaspa mining or those that didn't understand. So hopefully you understand why it happened, because of Kasplex and minting the tokens on KRC-20. All right, so now let me show you my solo mining journey, which I was hoping to get one of those big blocks, and I unfortunately did not. Okay, I think actually one block that I did get, which happened during that time, was let's see. Actually, it doesn't load my found blocks, but I did find this block. It was not. This is a payout, but I think I found this block on the 15th, or it was when KRC-20 just started ramping up, and I found that block earlier. I think it was like 3 a.m. and then 5 a.m. was when KRC-20 started enabling and people started minting, and so the transaction fees were high. But since then, it's now the 16th, right? It's been like 2 days. I did not find any block in between that, and so look at my solo efforts, 164%, which is really sad. And so I did not find any block during the whole KRC-20. I got like a bunch of KS0 Pros, KS0 Ultra on, my Gold Shell KA1M. They didn't find any block. So how about you guys? Let me know down below. If you guys got into solo mining, did you guys find any blocks? Let me know down below. But my biggest surprise here, not a surprise, but I was on Cryptex with my KS5 Pro. And this model here, this miner is 22 terahash model, right? And KS5 Pro. And so I was mining this already for the past like 2 weeks already. And so you can see here, I was normally getting 163, 151, 159 Kaspa a day, okay, yield. But then look at this. The next day, I have a payment here of 146 normally. And then there's a KRC-20 underscore reward underscore lag, 384 Kaspa, which is crazy. And then the next day here, I got a 405. All right. So that is pretty good. So I'm curious the next day, it's probably going to taper off obviously, but it's interesting to look at that, right? But very similar to my other pool mining here on kaspa-pool.org that, yeah, you know, I earned a lot more Kaspa during that time. So yeah, let me know what you guys earned, whether you're solo mining or pool mining. Let me know down below. You know, this is quite interesting. And actually, one thing I wanted to talk about, I had a comment the other day. Someone said he rented like what 300 or 400 terahash of Kaspa miners on like NiceHash and mining rig rentals, and he did that before he rented that hash rate before KRC-20 started, so he was able to capitalize on solo mining a bunch of blocks during the when it started. So he was getting like a couple 100,000 Kaspa, I guess, in a sense, because he's been getting those 3,000 blocks, 2,000 blocks during that short time. It was, yeah, it was crazy. So he made a lot. He made out like a bandit. So it's funny to think about. That could be a strategy when there's going to be another event like this, you know, when, I don't know, KRC-20 or whatever the next thing that's going to be on Kaspa, that maybe NFTs, you know, whenever that does happen, people are going to rent hash rate so that they can capitalize on, you know, solo mining and getting those, you know, bigger blocks. And so, yeah, interesting thing to think about. But since people have been now, I guess, looking at Kaspa miners because of since KRC-20, I've been seeing more and more people getting into it. Now, we've seen that with KRC-20, it wasn't sustainable in a way. Like the profitability wise and yield wise, you guys can see just in terms of like the transactions have been falling, right, ever since, you know, the past 2 days, right? So what I just showed you earlier, where in terms of the block rewards now are essentially coming down back to normal. So is this going to last as we go along further on with, you know, with KRC-20, more of these tokens maybe could be minting over time over the next couple months? Yeah, so maybe, you know, the transactions will then still have, you know, some viability for Kaspa miners that are, you know, doing this, you know, for, I guess, in terms of profitability. So we're not seeing like those $50, $60, $80 a day KS5 Pros that we were just seeing 2 days ago. No, we're not seeing that anymore. It's come back down to the norm. So KS5 Pros are making around $20 a day at like 12 cents kilowatt hour, mind you. So as we go down the list, right, a lot of these older models like the KS3, you know, sure, they were making a good amount 2 days ago, but now they're coming back down to normal. And so anyone that has like, you know, those KS0s, let's see, KS0 Pro, KS0 Ultra, even at 10 cents, at 12 cents, you know, these KS0 Pros aren't making it. They're breaking even at 12 cents now. Maybe 2 days ago, they were fine. But now that, you know, the transactions have been tapering off, I mean, even at 10 cents, you know, it dropped down electrical price. I mean, making 4 cents a day. So really, it was good, right, 2 days ago. But because of the transactions, the transaction fees now coming down, not many transactions are coming on every hour now. It's been going down. So in return, that's why we're not seeing these things make a lot of money now. So it was pretty short term. So would I ape into buying Kaspa miners now? I gotta tell you guys, I bought one KS5 Pro just for the heck of it. I'm just gonna gamble and see, you know, maybe we're going to have a reprisal or something. I don't know. I don't know. We don't know if, this is going to stay relevant in a way where people are still going to keep on minting. And so is that going to, be the opportunity for people that are Kaspa mining? I don't know. I don't know. But the prices of these Kaspa miners have been coming down. Do you guys remember what the KS5 Pros were like 10, 12,000? And so Bitmain dropped the price considerably. And so I think these are going to be the best dollar per hash in terms of value. The ice rivers are still kind of expensive. Not the best dollar per hash in my opinion. It's going to be the Bitmain KS5 Pro now. You can probably get them. Yeah, they're ranging between 26, 2800. Check out Crypto Miner Bros, link down below again. Use code RedPanda if you're interested. But in the future, are we going to get, I've been hearing some rumors of a KS7, all right? Ice River or Bitmain KS7. Who knows? Who knows, right? But this could be a possibility. Thus, it's going to further just destroy the more inefficient Kaspa miners that currently, right? The KS3 is really hitting around $1 to $2 a day now, right? If everything comes back down to norm in terms of transactions, then we're going to see a lot of these other older models start being phased out. So efficiency in a way is going to be the name of the game. But then another thing is the price of Kaspa has to appreciate to accommodate a lot of these a lot of these other models, older, inefficient ASIC models, which were, maybe profitable for the past 2 days, but now it's coming back to normal. So anyways, this is just something I want to show you guys. Anyways, guys, I think that's really all I want to talk about. I mean, yeah, another thing, like looking at Cas.FYI, I think looking at the past 24 hours, there's been a lot of Kaspa addresses that have been, I guess, trying to mint the tokens, right? So we've been seeing a lot, almost 1,700 addresses between 1 to 10K have, I guess, essentially minted tokens on KRC-20, it seems. I mean, that makes sense, right? That makes sense. But along with that, the Kaspa price has not really done much. It was going up during pre-KRC-20, but then I've been following that since after KRC-20, it's been going down. Kind of having a little reprisal here, but I don't know. So we'll see how it goes over time here, as well as KRC-20. I mean, it's been a success, the blockchain side, but in terms of the third-party wallet, I mean, that's the third party, so it's not on Kaspa itself. Anyways, I think that's it, guys. That's basically the state of Kaspa mining. You guys let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you guys experienced over the past couple of days with Kaspa, whether you're minting or mining. Let me know down below what happened with you guys, and check out my sponsor, Crypto Miner Bros, down below. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good one. Peace out.